So from a very young age, I've been interested in this whole notion and concept of optimizing human performance and optimizing human potential and just making the best out of this body and this mind and this vessel that we have to explore life and to explore sports and careers and family and all the good things that come with living life. But it's interesting because when people come and seek the help of someone like us, is typically they're looking for relief from a headache, a back pain, and a sports injury, a sciatica, whatever it may be. You know, the pain is the number one thing on their mind that must be tackled. And of course, that's really, really important, but there's a much more expansive conversation here, which is why the pain began in the first place, what it takes to heal it, and also what it takes to correct the conditions that allowed it to occur in the first place, and alongside that unlock levels of function and performance that have been lost over the years. And what I've discovered is that conversation is the thing that changes lives.
Just finished my 90 days and I'm feeling fantastic now. So my back feels much more stable, much stronger. I feel much more balanced. I'm not getting any pains at all through my back, which I used to, wake up in the morning or after I'd done a particularly hard game of tennis or something, I would have little niggles. All of those are cleared away. So I'm really happy with that.
And if you're anything like me, because I understand what it's like to be a patient as well, if you're anything like me, this conversation of pain gets boring after a while. Right, it gets frustrating because if you constantly seek help and therapy for pain, what happens is you end up on a yo-yo cycle, right? You get some help, the pain goes away, only for it to return a few days to a few weeks later when you get busy again, when you get active again, when you put your body to the test. And this was always something that frustrated me. No matter how deep down the rabbit hole I went with studying traditional chiropractic techniques, I learned at least 8 techniques in depth because I wanted to help people fix their problems for good, and I wanted to unlock lost function and potential. But the frustrating thing is that no matter what I tried on that traditional spectrum, the symptoms would eventually always come back. Sometimes it would take a few days, other times it would take a few months, but it wasn't long before, or eventually before, a patient would come back with the same pattern that they left me with months ago. And I really started to appreciate this when I myself became the patient after a significant spinal trauma in 2010. Everywhere I went for help, was failing to help me. Some of the best I knew in the business could not help me to get out of pain for significant periods of time. In fact, many of the things that were done to my body that were the best things around this traditional model aggravated it and made it worse. And so from that whole journey of being a patient, I wanted to uncover and discover what it takes to actually truly fix a spine. What is required to get a body upright and strong, robust and flexible so that you can get to the end of the day and still have energy to enjoy your life, so that you can get to the weekend and be thrilled about going and enjoying your sports because you know it's going to be fun, because your body's going to support you and you're not going to be riddled with injuries, you're not going to get tight, you're not going to get sore, you're not going to pay a price for it. There's a lot of enjoyment that comes out of a body that works well, and a lot of hindrance that comes from it when we know that it's tired and it's achy and it's stiff. Think about all the lost concentration and all the hours of poor performance and productivity that riddle people and affect people with desk jobs. If your back is aching and your neck is aching because you sat there for hours on end, that's a problem. That's affecting your ability to perform on the highest level.
Oh, it goes without saying, anybody that is sitting there on the fence, should I, shouldn't I? I'd say you've just got to do it. You've got to jump in with both feet. There's nothing to risk. It's an entirely systematic, progressive and measurable system. You start to see results straight away, and at every visit you just get that a little bit better and you become just closer to what your body always should have been, and what I suppose essentially is our birthright. That is, if we didn't spend 10 hours a day sitting like that and mobile phones and all of this. This is what we should be enjoying, and it's just a shame not enough people do.
So I wanted to help people be able to truly get their body back, to experience what they used to have when they were younger, with a body that bounced back, that handled life well, that handled the stress and strain of a physically active and demanding life without degenerating into symptoms.
Come and see Dr. Gleason, he put me all back together again, and you just feel fantastic after having that experience. It's so hard to describe how much better you feel when you start coming. I'd recommend anyone to start treatment, because you'll get rid of all the little niggles you've been living with for 5 years, 20 years, all the neck problems, shoulder problems, all these common issues that people have daily, and just kind of get on with their lives through these pain. But I'm here to say that you don't have to have that pain. You're able to find help, you're able to live your life more fully.
Equally, I want to be able to help people get to the end of their days, get to the retirement age, and still have a body that works well. You know, one of my personal ambitions is to still be kite surfing and still be doing handstands and still be running and swimming and being physically active into my 80s, 90s, perhaps even beyond. I firmly believe, with what I've learned in structural health and what I know is now possible, that if you do the right things, there's no reason that your body should degenerate into lost function later in life. Structural health now is a decision and a choice that you can make to, in your own life, to receive and to unlock high levels of health in your body is a definite option that's available for people now. And so things that you may have long since given up on doing, what we find is that once people have been through our structural care programs in 90 days or less, they find themselves being able to do those type of things easily and without any special attention upon their body, because it works so much better mechanically. And so the key conversation and the key thing that I was always searching for, which is how do you unlock high levels of function and performance out of a human being, is exactly the same thing. It's the same quest that answers the questions that are required to put a body back, to heal the injuries, to heal the aches, to heal the pains, to fix the posture. It's the same conversation, but the method of going about it is very different. Comprehensive structural correction is a consistent, predictable way of rebuilding your body back to its best, and that's why we're so passionate about it here at Spine Central, because it is arguably the greatest gift you could ever give yourself and you could ever unlock in your own body, is a body that works well. It's the greatest asset, the greatest advantage, perhaps even an unfair advantage in the modern world, to have a body that really supports you in your quest to do great things rather than hinders you and holds you back.
And it has truly revolutionised my life. It's just been extraordinary. The change has been nothing short of miraculous. In that, so by the time I was coming here to see Richard, I was about 45. Maybe not quite, yeah, early 40s. And I was gardening, a lot of gardening. I was coaching gymnastics by that point. I couldn't reach down and pick up the shampoo when I was washing my hair in the shower, because just that motion of turning and twisting and grabbing the shampoo bottle, my back could go, and I'd be floored for days. Within, I would say, 3 months of being here, I was confidently picking up my shampoo bottle. Within 6 months, I was definitely sleeping every night without fail and not waking up with lower back pain. I know that subsequently my posture has changed. My physical confidence, I've taken up yoga subsequently, I'm not coaching gymnastics now, but my physical confidence has changed enormously. I'm now gardening and digging. Digging was always a problem with my lower back. That's no problem. It really isn't a problem. I can dig all afternoon without it being a problem.
And I very quickly realised they did a very different type of care, which worked much better for me and what I was looking for. I found that my back became a lot more flexible, and I was able to grab my foot from behind my head and pull it over, which is not something most people are aspiring to, but it was very useful for me.
So on the other side of this video, just add your name in the box there, click the play next button, and I'm going to take you on a journey and show you how to fix your pain and your injuries for good without the need for surgery, without the need for endless exercising and stretching and injections. This is a safe, natural method of restoring your body back to its very best. It's a 4-part video series. You're going to learn more about your body than you ever thought you possible, and I'm going to show you exactly what's required to do just that, to rebuild your body, to fix your pain, fix your posture, and get robust again. And what could be more important than that? So, name in the box, click play next, and I'll see you on the other side.